What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. It's your host, Doug Smith. Hence, that's the name of the show. But, man, we got a touchdown in here for y'all today. I have a very special guest. We're going to talk about trending news throughout the NFL. OTAs are starting to wrap up around the league. He's not only a Cowboys fan, but this dude, you got to check him out. Before you subscribe to my channel, before you do anything on my channel, check my man out. I have all his links down below, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. He has over 1.2 million followers on TikTok. My man has made people laugh not only across America, but across the world. He's touched the hearts of many, and he is freaking hilarious. We have a good time today. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome OmgItsWicks. What's going on, Wick?
It's nothing much. How you doing?
Oh, man. Blessed and highly favored, man. Happy to be here in your presence today, for real,
Listen,
man.
I'm happy to be here. I never really get to talk sports, and I'm like huge when it comes to sports. So this is like a treat for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those who like, who is OmgItsWicks? So he has these really cool, and don't take my word for it. Go down below in the description, click the link. Okay, like I said, before you do anything on mine, check his stuff out. And he has a flip phone. And he records videos, or actually, he puts together videos from around Florida. Crazy stories. People wrestling alligators, people kissing alligators, crackheads in the highway, you name it, and all in between. Everything Florida, my man, tasting covers, man. So happy to have you on here today, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That was a great intro, by the way. Like I need that type of energy every time I do something. So I'm just playing. Thank you.
No doubt. No, hey man, you worth it. You worth it for sure, man. Yeah, no, man. It's it's really a treat to have you on. And so let's get into sports, man. So obviously, man, you started your TikTok channel, and then you Instagram, Twitter, everything. You got it all down locked, man. Talk to me about sports, man. Who are your favorite team? Where are you from? And then who are your favorite teams?
All right, so I'm from Southwest Florida. I'm born, which is I think what confuses everyone. I'm born and raised Southwest Florida. I've never lived outside of Southwest Florida. But my favorite teams when it comes to NFL is the Cowboys. I even try to explain that because a lot of people, they like to, how are you from Florida? You're not rooting for Tampa. And I try to tell them, like, I was born in '83, so I was raised during the 90s. Back then, when it came to television, the Bucks weren't really on TV. I mean, that's when they had the Reggie Cobbs and Steve Youngs, and the '80s, '90s era, area. So they weren't really on TV. They were horrible. The Dolphins had Dan Marino, but and the Jacksonville Jaguars weren't even a thing. So on TV, we seen the 49ers, the Cowboys, the Steelers. Like those teams. So I like the Cowboys. They fit. I feel like, what I wanted my team to be.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And not to mention, man, one of the dopest receivers that come out of Florida, Michael Irvin, who ended up playing for the Cowboys. So I'm sure, by the age of 10, you got to kind of witness all of that, So.
Yes. And then the Emmitt Smith was also in Florida.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite players my favorite player of all time is Deion Sanders. He's actually from where I'm from. He's from my area.
Yes.
So he ended up going to Dallas. So it kind of just cemented everything. I mean, I was a fan already, but when he went, it was like, all right, this is my team.
Man, that's dope. And shout out to Coach Primetime, man. I've had to interview three out of five of his best players, man.
Now that's what's up.
Yeah, man, I've done a lot of work with JSU, man. So I'm a huge Coach Prime. Coach Prime is my top 3 favorite player of all time, man. So
yes. Like of all sports, I want to say it's Deion Sanders is the guy for me.
That's cool. And then obviously, we talk football on this channel, but man, what other sports do you have favorite teams from and stuff?
Well, I'm basketball. I grew up watching basketball. Mm-hmm. The Heat, the Magic. So I'm kind of I never really picked the team. It was always the Florida teams when it came. And then I always have a favorite player. So it's the Heat, the Magic, and then I'm a LeBron fan. So I root for this team. So
I love it. Yeah, me, man. A lot of my team's been garbage till very recently, man. I got my Magic right here. I got this on the clearance rack, TJ Maxx, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm not rocking with the cream, but it matches the shirt for today.
I just got the Penny Hardaway jersey because Penny was my favorite basketball player. Penny was the guy. If he wouldn't have got hurt, it would have been different. So I was a huge Penny Hardaway fan. So
that's cold, man. That's cold. Yeah, man. And then hockey, man, I don't really watch much hockey. I guess the Lightning just because they're doing good. And I was born in Florida, so hey,
they're Florida, yeah. So it kind of that's me right now. I'm born and raised in Florida, and I was like, I need a hockey team to root for, and everybody was like, root for the Lightning. And I was like, all right, cool, that's what we're doing.
I'm here. I'll show up. Let's go. And they're about to 3-peat potentially, man. They're doing their thing.
Yeah,
doing the dang thing. And then I guess the Rays. Dad raised me to be a Yankees fan, but I'm like, I'm not from New York, son.
Like, and yeah, with me, so I grew up watching the Braves, like, because it was before the Rays and I want to say the Marlins. Mm-hmm. Before they became a thing, like my granddad used to watch the Braves. So I used to watch the Braves with him, and then that's when Braves had when Deion Sanders ended up going and playing for the Braves. But I think after like a little bit, it was either like it went to the Marlins and the Rays. So I try to stay Florida when it comes to everything else except for the NFL, which is weird.
Yeah, I feel you. And now I got sucked into being a Dolphins fan. It's kind of like mental abuse growing up, man, because I'm like, his team's. I'm 33, bro. So I was born. You were born in 80. I was born in. So you were born in 83. I was born in 88. So
okay, so yeah.
Like, I caught the end of Marino's career when it was like,
when it was getting bad for him. It was bad for him. He couldn't even move at some point.
Yeah, dude, that Achilles heel injury, man, and then after the defense gets all beast mode like 2-3 years later, and then they get Ricky Williams who kills it. It's like
Ronnie Brown, and then it's like, and then they don't have a quarterback, so it's like, why? If these people were here with Marino, then it would have been because Marino never really had a running game. He was always Marino, like you had to put it on his shoulders. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll segue into this, man. So. Talk about the Dolphins now, and we'll get into some Cowboys talk here in a minute. Man, with the Miami Dolphins, it's like, man, you got the defense, right? You got Xavier freaking Howard, Javon Holland, who, real talk, he was like top 5 best safety in the league last year, right?
Yeah.
Brandon Smith, Byron Jones used to play for your Cowboys. He's a silent assassin, not too much big numbers, but solid player all around.
Yeah.
Linebackers, great. D-line, great. Everything's great. And then offense, Tyreek Hill, hot dang it, man. He's out, man. Jalen Waddle. And then there's
y'all got Cedric Wilson. Cowboys.
Cedric Wilson. Yep. Good catch. Yeah, no, Cedric Wilson. Man, we talk about the Raheem Mostert, like literally the fastest NFL team in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And a shout out to Philly podcast. That's my guy right there, man. You love Eagles. Check my guy out. But man, but then there's Tua. Man, what kind of pressure? What do you think's like going through Tua's mind right now, man? Because fam, you better come home with a Super Bowl this year, man.
Yeah. See, and the thing with Tua, a lot of people don't like Tua, right? I like Tua. I think Tua just needs time. He dealt with a lot of injuries. I feel like with time, because he keeps getting better. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like it. And it was kind of the same thing with Tannehill. When he was on the Dolphins, because my dad's a Dolphins fan, so I paid very close attention to him just so that I can talk trash to my dad. But I actually root for him.
Yeah. Oh, Wicks, I lost you for a sec, man. Oh. Hey, Wicks, lost you there for a sec, champ. Okay, yeah, you good. I can see you now.
Okay, all right. So no, what I was saying, my dad's a Dolphins fan, so I pay close attention to the Dolphins. So I know what's going on with any Florida team. I know what's going on, but even with Tannehill, because everyone used to complain that Tannehill wasn't the traditional quarterback, but I was trying to tell them he could still. excuse me, I'm sorry. But I was telling them that he can still get it done. Tannehill is, it's still good enough to get it done. And I feel the same as Tua. I think Tua is gonna be great with time if they give him the time that he needs to to become the player that he needs to be. I think he can do it. I think he can do it.
Yeah, same here, man. I mean, his accuracy is dope, man. I know the argument is, well, if you're throwing 5-7 yard passes all day, and my argument for that is well, if your O-line has high school tendencies,
yes, and you get hit a lot. You
get smacked around. You're like, and then he still has a low turnover ratio on top of that, right? So
exactly.
O-line, man, look, we invest in our O-line. We actually got one of you guys O-line, Connor Williams from the Cowboys is over there now. He's a penalty guy, but
I'm gonna tell you why watching the Cowboys, I can tell you why he's too small to play guard. So when they put him in the guard, the big D tackles, they just run him over. So he has to hold him. He gets tired of, being the one to let him through. So he holds him. Like, he's not bad, but he's going to help you in the pass game. But when it comes to the run game, it's not going to be great. Yeah. It's not going to be great.
Yeah,
because he's too.
He's just a mid-range guy to me. It's
better
than what we had before. I'll take it, right? But
I felt like he was he's better at center, I think, and I think he'll be a better tackle. He fits more as a tackle, like a right tackle, I would say.
I feel that. He's fast too. And we got Teron Armstead and a bunch of guys. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, man, I'd hope that we make some type of playoff run. Anything less than one win in the playoffs for me is not a victory. So we'll see. Yeah,
and I think y'all division. I mean, even though people say Buffalo, I still think the division is still open. Since the Patriots stepped down, after Brady left, I feel like the division is wide open. So I think that Buffalo is good, but I think that the Dolphins can compete. If once y'all shore up that O-line, I think y'all could definitely compete with them as far as the winning the division. The Jets are horrible. They'll probably always be horrible.
Yeah. I used to say a joke, man. I was like, man, I hope the Jets just go to England and stay there. Just don't come back. Like, even if you go on Facebook, bro, like the combined Facebook groups are it's 13,000 people, bro. They hardly have any fans, and it's just
And I know 2 Jets fans, which is crazy because I know 2 Jets fans, and I asked them how did that happen, and they're from New York, and they didn't want to go with the Giants, so they went with the Jets.
Yeah. Gang Green, man. The Gang Green will make you do crazy things, man. So. Taking a segue into the Cowboys, man. Cowboys are a real interesting position right now because, man, Amari Cooper isn't there, but no worries because you still have a fantastic lineup of receivers, man. Michael, you got Michael Gallant, I think his name is.
Oh, Gallup. Yeah, we got Gallup.
Yeah, Gallup. You got CeeDee Lamb. Just those 2 guys alone is going to take and make a world of difference. And then you guys are starting to repair that O-line after missing, some people this past offseason. So,
yeah, I like the pickup. I like the offensive line. I know it wasn't popular. I like it. I feel like we needed that big guard because that's what they're going to put him at guard and then transition him out to tackle, which Tyron Smith hasn't been healthy in the past 6 years or so. So, but they're going to transition him out, I believe. But even just having him there at guard right now, I believe is a good move. Wide receiver, I think we're in more trouble than they want to admit because of Amari Cooper being Amari Cooper is why the other ones were able to get free. Because even before when Amari Cooper was out, we kind of seen when CeeDee was the number 1, how that went. So, I think they'll be good, but I don't think it'll be the same unless we have a receiver to step up and kind of take the Amari Cooper role, which is the guy that takes all the attention. We have a few. I think we have a sleeper, I think, depending on how he does this offseason, that nobody really talks about. Vasher, I think from Texas Tech.
TJ Vasher, fam. Yeah. I did a video on him because he was a UDFA with you guys last year. Sorry to interrupt. Yes. I get excited talking about him, man, because he's really freaking good.
He is.
Go ahead. I'll let you take it.
No, you're good. You're good. And the Cowboys kind of hid him last year. You never seen him get released. You never seen anything happen. The Cowboys kind of hid him. So I think they may have some surprises with that, hopefully. Because I think if they can be developed, I think he can be a guy that is very important with his skill set.
Yeah.
I like him.
I feel that a lot, man. He's good. Yeah, TJ Vasher is a real one, man. I mean, he's a deep threat, and he's a yak guy, yards after contact. For those who don't know,
and he catches with his hands. That's very important.
Yes.
He's going up, and he's big. He's 6'6".
Yeah, big dude. He's super big.
So I like TJ Vasher. That's the one that I'm rooting for to be the guy. I don't like the one that they drafted last year, Fehoko.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I watched it, but there's nothing special about it. He's Noah Brown-ish. They're good enough to make the team, but they're not going to give you anything special.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I feel that. Yeah. I'll say this. I got a hot take for the Cowboys, man. I feel like Zeke is out after this year, but your
Oh,
backup,
yeah.
the backup running back, was it Tony Pollard? I think his name is cold, man. He's a God rest his soul. Marion Barber, man. I see Marion Barber when I see Tony Pollard, man. Just runs.
Marion Barber and Felix Jones mixed together.
I like
because
that.
he has that ability. You know who he reminds me of. And this is going to be. I probably have it on record somewhere on my Facebook, but I said this before when it was time for Zeke's contract. Mm-hmm. I said at the time, I said Zeke does not deserve all of that money. He's not the best running back in the NFL. Yeah. But this is when he had all the yards and everybody, you can't really debate the yards, but I was trying to explain the Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders thing. So Emmitt Smith had everything going for him. He had the O-line, he had the team. So, of course, he's going to get the most yards, but Barry Sanders was the better back. Like, he was the better back. And I was trying to explain that with the Zeke thing. That's when we had the number one O-line. That's when we had everything going for us. So, of course, Zeke looks great because he's, So that was kind of my thing. So even when it was time for him to renew his contract, I was saying he wasn't worth it. We drafted Tony Pollard. I was like, Tony Pollard should be the guy. We can draft another guy, like another big guy, to take the bulk carries, like up the middle, and just let Tony Pollard be. Or even if we transition to a pass team, Tony Pollard would be the guy moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that, like, so I remember for years, man, y'all was just first round pick O-line. First, I'm like, oh, these are some ugly picks. But like my intelligence for the game was still growing. I was pretty much in in college and stuff, and not watching football as much. And you start to see like, wow, well, where did this O-line come from? It wasn't UDFAs. You invest in your O-line, you can properly develop a quarterback that way, establish the running game that way, allows other running backs to develop properly, and
exactly. Everyone is protected.
Everybody's protected, man. Speaking of protected, man, coming off of not one, but two ankle surgeries for Mr. Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott arm is amazing. He has heart. And I'll be real with you, I think it was like 2 seasons ago where I'm like, man, I'm a Dak Prescott believer, man. He is a really good quarterback. And he's really freaking good, man. Yeah. Great team guy, right? But do you think that, like, how do you feel like that O-line is going to hold up this year, man? Do you think we're going to see him scrambling more? Do you think it's going to be more pocket or?
I think, so with the new picks that we have, because last year, Lyle Collins was suspended every year, so a lot of people wanted to know why he didn't come back. He was suspended every year, and the backup ended up playing better. Yeah. I can't remember which one backed him up, but I know it was 2 of them that backed him up. Well, one of them ended up playing better than he was playing, even when he came back. So I'm okay with, the right tackle, obviously Zach Martin, I'm good with him. The center, he was better than people gave him credit for. Yeah. He was next to Connor Williams. Connor Williams allowed a lot of people to get through. So a lot of times it was them trying to make up for Connor Williams. And then Tyron Smith is always hurt. So that's the one I'm hoping they replace next. So if we spend like a number 1 pick on an offensive lineman next year, I'm cool with that. Because we have to replace Tyron Smith because he hasn't been healthy. I'm not going to say 6 years because that might be too much. It's been about 6 years. I don't think Tyron Smith has played a whole game, like a full season. I'm sorry, a full season in like at least 4 seasons, I know for sure. He hasn't played a full season, like at all. Yeah. Like he's hurt right now. Well, he's not hurt, but they're keeping him out of practice for precaution because of his back. I think he's done.
Yeah, man. Football, man, once you get to a certain point, man, sometimes people can still bounce back. And we saw it with Adrian Peterson in Minnesota many years ago. But like,
he's different.
Yeah, he I don't think he's from Earth, man.
He can't be. I mean, even people didn't, even when he went to Washington and me being a Cowboys fan, I still can look at other teams and be like, and AP is one of those guys. So when I seen him on Washington, a lot of people were like, oh, he's old now. And I'm like, all right. And then he just did great. And then even when he went to the Cardinals after. Yeah. And he was still serviceable. He just, he got older.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He could still ball too, man. He's just maybe not running back number 1, but man, 3rd and 2. That's a great guy to hand it off to,
Exactly. And he knows the game. So, I mean, he's been around forever. So.
Oh, yeah. And then as we start to conclude the episode a little bit, man, what are your predictions for each team? Each team in the NFC East, starting off with the New York Giants, man. Where do you got them finishing off the season at?
I think okay, so because our division is so bad, like I don't want because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm one of those realistic Cowboys fans, which is rare, I guess, for people because most Cowboys fans are delusional, and I see it. You know, being in Cowboys groups, you can say something that's the truth, like when I was saying that Zeke shouldn't get the money. We shouldn't pay Zeke. We need to pay offensive line, and we can get another running back. It's a plug and play system. I mean, we had what is it? Who was it? McFadden, and I think even before McFadden, the running back's
cold. I remember him.
But even when he came to us, they were saying he was done. He had a 1,000-yard season playing. I want to say 10 games. He only played 10 games. He had a 1,000-yard season. The running back after him or before him had a 1,000-yard season. Joseph Randall, who ended up going out early, he was on the way to a 1,000-yard season. So it wasn't like Zeke was necessary, because the running backs before him were doing the same thing. So that but I think our division is so bad. The Giants are horrible. Daniel Jones is not it. He's not it, and I'm so happy that they're keeping him. I am kind of upset that they fired Jason Garrett because I like the Jason Garrett being there because I knew that ensured us victories when we went there because Jason Garrett is horrible. So the Giants are horrible.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of them. The Washington Commanders. I'm a little bit nervous about them.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous about them. That's the team I'm watching. Everybody else is talking about the Eagles. I don't think Jalen Hurts can do it. Like, I've watched him. Our defense is too fast for Jalen Hurts. Like, he's used, if he's a slower defense, Jalen Hurts can do what he do. But with Michael Parsons and Vander Esch and, Jaron Kearse out there roaming around, which he's from my area as well. So, I don't think that there's a lot that Jalen Hurts can do. I'm not really scared of him. And the team kind of needs him to produce. I mean, I know they got the receivers, but he needs to be able to get it to him. So, and, like I said, the Giants are horrible. I think the Washington Commanders might be the biggest competition we have. I still think we win the division, but not because we're that good. I think it's just out of, by default. We're gonna win.
I'll spit off mine real quick, man. I got the Giants at 5 wins. They're new coach, team manager. I mean, there's so much new over there, right? So I just feel like Daniel Jones is not the guy. We see sparks like, oh my gosh, he ran 50 yards, it's exciting, right? But look at the big gazelle run down the road, There's that, but then their defense is looking really nice, right? And the O-line a little better. Is Saquon going to be the same Saquon? Still
that's the one I forgot to mention. Saquon is probably, when healthy, is probably the best running back right now. I think, in my opinion, watching him, eye test, and I don't know if it's because he reminds me a lot of Barry Sanders. I don't know what it is. But watching him, because he can catch the ball the way that he does and he can run the ball the way that he does, I think Saquon is like a different animal. Only thing is he can't stay healthy, so my bad. That's the only
O-line, man. I'd be trying to fight the O-line coach if I was him, man. That frustrating with a guy that much talent, right? Best back we've seen in the league in years, right? Then I got Washington. Man, this is gonna be tough, man. I got Washington at, I'm gonna say a risk. I'll say I got them at 11 wins.
Okay, I definitely can. I can see that.
But this is contingent on Carson Wentz staying healthy. Tyler Heineke, he's serviceable as a backup, but it's not that good.
And I forgot to mention that too, the Carson Wentz thing, because Carson Wentz, when they came out in the draft, I actually wanted Carson Wentz for our team because as far as ability, the guy is he can throw the ball, downfield, accurate. He's great. It's just like you said, the durability. So.
That's a big concern of mine. But, I mean, he didn't do terrible with the Colts neither. It's just he didn't do necessarily great. He could have did a lot better with what he has over there, right? So, and maybe that's on the coach, and maybe that's not necessarily on Carson, and you have a half-drunk owner. I got 11. I got Philly, man. It's crazy. I got Philly at 11 wins as well, too. Hold on. Yeah. You know, I got him at 10 wins. I got Philly at 10 wins because I feel similar to you with like Carson, or excuse me, with Jalen Hurts. Hurts is, man, he knows how to make stuff happen with very little, right? Very little. Yes. He's a gamer. He's a baller. He's a great teammate, and he's a student of the game. Matter of fact, in that draft, he had the highest IQ of any quarterback in that entire class.
Yeah.
But being smart doesn't always. That just means that you could be like a good analyst or a coach. That doesn't always mean a great player.
Yep.
Go to NFL, right? So, but we'll see, man. I mean, he has his receivers are probably top 5 in the league, if not top 7.
I
right?
agree.
You got to fun. I mean, you didn't have linebackers last year. Well, ta-da, Nakobe Dean. You know that slid to you in round 3. How the heck did that happen?
Is he going to be able to play this year?
So I was talking with Nakobe. I interviewed him here on the show, and he's still nursing. He said at that time when I interviewed him, it was probably about 3 weeks before the draft. 3-4 weeks before the draft, and he said that he's about 85%. So I hope so. I would like for them to hold off as much as possible to the regular season
and don't allow him to re-enter. Because I actually like his talent. I think he was probably in my opinion, the best linebacker coming out.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only issue I had was the injury concern, which we ended up drafting a linebacker, I think, that had injury concerns. Desmond Howard, I want to say it's Desmond. No. What is his last name? Or is that his last name?
Desmond. Receiver?
No, linebacker. I want to say I think his last name is Desmond or Damon. We drafted him from LSU this year.
Here, let me get it for you. Cowboys 2022 draft picks.
And I like the Sam Williams.
Yeah. Let me see here. Oh, hold on. Yeah, y'all got Sam Williams, Tyler Smith, Jalen Tolbert, let me see here, Jake Ferguson, Matt Waletzko, which was a steal, and then Deron Bland, looks like this y'all got. Was it last year's draft?
No, it was this one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He's from LSU.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Damon Clark. That's his name. 5th round.
That's Devon Clark. Okay, I see.
That's his name. I knew it was something around there, but yes, him. He's hurt. But I like LSU, like, because even last year, and I don't even want to extend it. I forgot to mention this little part, but last year we had Jabril Cox, and he ended up getting hurt. But people don't know that before he got hurt, he was on pace to taking the linebacker position. He's fast, he can cover, and him and Michael Parsons went in were causing damage, and that's why they were able to unleash Michael Parsons a lot more, because we had Cox to fill the spot. So
take the box, be the decoy. No, it's interesting. I got so I got Giants with 5 wins. I got I'm still used to calling them the Commanders, as I call them Redskins. I got them at 11 wins. Eagles I got at 10, and then I got y'all at 10 wins as well too. It's kind of like an adjustment here. So I don't know, what you think? You think 10 wins? You think higher? What you think?
I think we could get more than 10 wins. I think we could. The thing with Dallas, and my issue with Dak, this is why I like Dak, and my issue with Dak is Dak. So even like last year, we won a lot of games that we weren't supposed to win, like the Chargers, and we even had we almost beat the Bucks at the first game of the season because Dak, and he played great. But then we'll get to those teams that we're supposed to beat, and Dak will just drop the ball completely, completely drop the ball. I want to say that happened with the Raiders, which the Raiders, I know they were good, but they were going through the coaching issue right at that time. And then they had dropped a lot of games, and they were losing, and we kind of helped them get back on pace by losing. So Dak will lose some games that we're not supposed to lose. So I think that's a bigger issue that I have, and a lot of but I think our defense is gonna. I know we lost Gregory, but I think Dante Fowler, as far as production-wise, and people don't want to hear it, Gregory is probably the better talent. But production-wise and staying on the field, Dante Fowler will most likely be the best option. And I think Sam Williams, this is just me watching him, I think he's going to be a stud. and with DeMarcus Lawrence already there.
Yeah.
And you add Parsons, and then you get Sam Williams, which is, I mean, I think he ran what, a 4.4, 4.5?
Think so, yeah.
And he's a big man. He's a big guy. What,
he's not little at all, man.
6'4", 260. Like, he's a big. I didn't realize Michael Parsons was so big. He's just,
man. He's like Michael Parsons moved like Barry Sanders was a linebacker who was 6'5".
Yeah. It's like, what do you do with it? And then and Sam Williams coming off, and even like we have our defense, I think is going to be solid. Like I don't have any concerns with our defense. My issue is with them Dallas Cowboys offense pushing the Zeke thing. And I don't think Zeke is, he's not the running back he was, but I still think he can be a 1,000-yard running back. Mm-hmm. Kellen Moore is more pass happy, and I don't think Dak is a 40 pass, like 40 throw 40 times a game type of quarterback.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, I feel that, man. No, that division's gonna be exciting. I say I don't watch much South Park, but I heard there was an episode where they had a cripple fight. In the last 2 years, the NFC East has been the cripple fight. It's been hey, I'm gonna kill you with the butter knife. You just get this slow death of getting stabbed by a butter knife. Like
It's like the best of the worst. We're like the best. We kind of won. Like even last year, we won by default. Yeah. Like we weren't great. We just won by default.
Yeah,
it's cool. I mean, we'll win by default. It's just when we get to the playoffs.
Yeah,
my issue is competing with those teams outside of the division, outside of our division. The Bucks. The Rams, the Broncos on the other side now. I'm glad Russell Wilson left. I think the Broncos are going to be dangerous next year.
Yeah, and your schedule, like I'm looking at the games. I mean, you got Bengals week 1. I'm sorry. I misread that. You got week 1, September 11th. Buccaneers. That's going to be a test. You got Bengals on the 18th. 26th. You got Giants. That should be an easy win.
That's gonna be, that's a bye week.
Yeah. Then I just got to show up, and it happens.
Yeah, just got to be there.
Cowboys Commanders on October 2nd. That's gonna be a sneaky one. Cowboys Rams. So you look literally just 5 games to a season, man. That's where your toughest games are at. But then it slows down a little bit. You got Eagles. You got the Lions, Bears. Fam, I'd be shocked if the Bears got like 3 wins this upcoming year.
Yeah, I think they need to blow it up. I mean, I know they've been trying to blow it all up and like rebuild. They need to just completely just do it. They need to stop like playing around with it, and they need to just completely blow it up and just do it. Like go with building, because it's been bad. It's bad.
Real bad. It's all bad. But yeah, then y'all have like a streak of games like Jaguars, you know what I mean? Texans, Giants again, right? And then you got 2 tough games to finish off the season, Titans and Commanders. So, but yeah, y'all can definitely win the division, man. It's up for grabs, man. So it's not like, you look at some divisions, it's like, I don't think this is gonna happen this year for y'all, but no, it's looking good.
And coaching is our issue too. Coaching is.
Next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. No, I was kidding.
Right.
McCarthy. I never liked that hire for y'all, man. But who knows? Sean Payton in 2023.
I've been wanting Sean Payton to be our coach since, because he was actually the Cowboys offensive coordinator. When Parcells was there, and then that's when our offense was great when we had Sean Payton, and then that kind of happened, and then they kind of snuck Jason Garrett in saying, no, this was the guy. And it's like, nah, that wasn't the guy. I like Kellen Moore. It's just like I said, we need to balance it more. I don't feel like Dak is a 40, So our coach, we won't get into that because that's a whole, I can complain forever about Dallas Cowboys coaching. So I'm not even going to get into that.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. Well, Wicks, man, thank you so much for coming on the show today, man. This was a really great episode. This is one of my favorite episodes I've done in a long time, man. So
I appreciate it.
Been a fan of yours for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody who's watching the show, go down below. If you're just now tuning into the show, Wicks has over 1.2 million. That's right, not 1,000. 1.2 million followers on TikTok. He's one of the funniest dudes on the platform. He's also on Twitter, Instagram. I think I have all his social medias down below in the description video. So go check him out, support him. If you don't laugh at his videos, well, you don't have a soul. I don't know what to tell you. You stink, and you don't know what it's like to be in Florida. Videos are awesome, my man. Everybody subscribe, hit like, comment below. Let us know what you think about this crazy division called the NFC East. In the meantime, God bless you guys. Have a good night. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.
All right.
Man, thank you so much